Hello and welcome back. And yesterday's full council meeting, well, full council as in there were 9 members present and 9 apologies for absence, but full council meeting it was. There was a little bit extra at the beginning. They did the usual thing with the fire exits and things like that, and the bit about the members of the public like myself are allowed to use these things for social media. And then the mayor said,
in my welcome as well, I just wanted to reiterate how important it is that we are reminded to be respectful of each other in meetings.
it was nice that the mayor asked and they delivered. So that's a bit of a surprise, and perhaps we should call it an achievement. But now maybe the councillors realise that they are under a bit of scrutiny here, and they really can't get away with the bad behaviour that we've had in the past. But let's move on.
Some of the reserves may be able to be merged, but for the purpose of another year, it's recommended to full council for adoption. So I propose that we do adopt it for a further 12 months.
Okay, so would 275.2b, is that a separate issue or within that? That is separate, yeah. Councillor Brooks.
I haven't had a chance to read it. It was sent round, I think, yesterday. It's been really busy couple of days. I don't have any reason to think that there's anything particularly wrong with it, but I'm not willing just to put my hand up at something I haven't read. And I would like us to, I think we have an F&G meeting before May, don't we?
We don't have another meeting before the
We haven't got
AGM.
another, because these policies will be approved at the AGM in May, won't they?
Yes.
So,
This is the last full council meeting before the AGM.
yes, I know. Well, as I haven't read it, I'm going to abstain on it. I've had a kind of like a brief, it's an important policy.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
And it's one that everybody should know what they're voting for. And I'd like the time to consider it properly.
Okay, thank you.
That's fine. I mean,
That's all.
the reason I propose recommendation is because I've explained that basically it's unchanged from last year, except for the points if people want to hold it over, that's fine, but then it won't get reviewed by full council before the AGM because we have no scheduled meeting.
Okay. Any more comments to make? Okay. So you've made a proposal, haven't you? Councillor Rappensberger, you going to second it? Okay, in a vote, please. So 4. That's 1, 7. Against? No. Abstentions? 2. Okay, thank you.
In the meeting itself, though, of course, with only 9 members present and sadly 9 people who sent apologies in, Councillor Brooks hadn't had time to read the briefing material, so she felt she was unable to even vote in one thing. Now, in fairness, I think you should say that if you've not read the briefing material, then it's probably worse to vote for or against it without any real knowledge than it is to sort of put your hands up and say, sorry, I didn't have time, so I'm going to abstain. So all credit to her for that. One of the other things, though, wasn't quite so hot. It got on to a subject where, sadly, the knowledge of spreadsheets came into play again. And clearly, poor old Councillor Brooks hasn't had the one-to-one that was offered with the council official on how to read spreadsheets. Although in this particular case, I'm not sure it was actually the technicalities of the spreadsheet that were causing the problem. The acting town clerk tried to help, and as in, she was very confused why something cost £1. I thought the acting clerk did her best to explain it. Don't think it got in, but it was quite humorous to see how important spreadsheets and budget knowledge really is.
Councillor Brooks, technical problem. It's at the top.
I don't know what I've managed to open, but it's I can't believe that it's correct because it's just a list of numbers and land and buildings. Is that correct? No.
No.
That's the front page, and then you've got your tabs on the bottom.
So you need to go along.
So that's,
Why?
so Councillor Brooks is looking at the overall first sheet of the asset register, which is showing,
Okay, got it. Yeah.
an asset value that we now have in total, and then the tabs going along the bottom split down every single asset into those categories. So
Oh,
land, street furniture, play equipment, etc., okay, which gives you the total asset value on the first sheet, which we have to declare on the annual return.
But
right.
the values haven't been put in.
No, they have.
Well, they haven't.
Well,
Look,
where haven't they?
there,
I can
Right.
see them.
Have we all
pound.
Yeah, because they were
found
transferred.
this and managed to get past the
Right.
Ed Excel block thing?
Right.
Right. Okay.
This is not their current value,
Okay.
is it?
Are we able to put?
What is this?
This is our asset register. It says it. It's a draft.
I know what it is, Sonia,
It's a
but
draft
it
view.
does not reflect what the current value is of those things. So, okay, so in 2017, we had a play park transferred to us and its value was at that time £1,
Yeah.
correct?
Right.
So where do I find its current value? Is it further along?
In terms of local council finance asset registers and accounting and audit, you
Yes.
don't appreciate or depreciate. On the annual return, the value doesn't change. So if you had the asset for £1, it would remain at £1. For insurance purposes, the asset would be a different value.
Okay, that's good.
Right. Thank you. Councillor Pearce?
My question is related to that, play areas. It's not the land value. I hear what you're saying about the land value. When we do a capital refurbishment on a play area, even though the land value remains at £1, do we update the value of the equipment that we've installed?
Yes.
The new equipment?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's okay. That's
So
Okay,
James and I were
thank you.
talking it through today. So if we had a bench that was on the asset register for £10 and we spent £20 in paint to tart it up, one of a better word, hope that's not going to go on YouTube, that would be £20 just lost. The value of the bench is still £10 because that was the original value of the bench, okay? If we bought 3 new benches at £10 each, our asset register increases by £30 in value.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, if I've got this right, you'd then, if you're going to insure it, you'd insure it for the value that,
Yeah.
which might be different.
The
to
invoice value.
Yeah, invoice value.
Yeah.
So there we go. Poor Councillor Brooks struggling with budget yet again. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that too much. The general feel was that things are improving, which is exactly what these videos are designed to do. Make sure that the people who run the meetings realise that what they say and do is watched by us, the people who pay the taxes for what they spend. See you on the next video. Look after yourselves. Take care.